All right, good morning. I'm Thomas Buchanan. I'm on a water fast, and my goal weight is 198. My ultimate weight that I really would like to drop to and touch is 188. Yesterday, I said I fully expect today to drop into the 228 point something, and this is week 2, day 5. I am pleased to announce that I lost 2.5 tenths of a pound and dropped to 228.9. So I did hit my 228 point something mark. Um, Over the next, let's see, it's May 3rd. Over the next 2 to 4 weeks, I would expect to hit the 220s, maybe even 218. That may be aggressive, but we'll see. So I'm at 228.9 today, and so I'm celebrating. Woohoo! Uh, I've said all along, I would love to lose 5 pounds a day, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen for you or me. Now, your first week, when you discharge your liquids that your body is storing up, you may indeed lose 5 pounds, 4, 6, 5, 8 pounds in a week. There's one week on week 1 where I lost over 12 pounds in one week. Now that was not fat. That was purely a liquid. My body was literally carrying around 12 pounds of liquids in it, and it discharged. So, uh, you know, expect to lose between 1/10 and 1/2 pound a day. Generally, you're going to lose between 1/10 of a pound and 1/4 pound a day for 4 or 5 days. Out of a 7-day week, you can expect at least 2, maybe 3 of those days to hit a plateau where you don't gain any, you don't lose any weight, you just stay at the same weight. Or you can expect 2 to 3 out of those 7 days, and generally it's 2 days where you'll gain weight. You'll gain 1/4 pound, 1/8 of a pound, sometimes 1/2 pound or a pound. You know, uh, and so that's a reasonable expectation that you need to have. Uh, I've had a lot of discussion about my comment about mainstream doctors are finally starting to embrace fasting. More importantly, not intermittent fasting, but fasting. And they're even now starting to put their arms around and embrace water fasting. Probably because so many of us have been doing it for so long. The comments like, you're going to die if you don't drink water, uh, you've got a death wish, you're going to damage your organs will shut down. All of these just wild accusations, unfounded. Um, there's enough of us that's proven it to be bullshit. All right? I mean, you may die of getting hit by a big yellow school bus. You may walk outside and die by a drive-by shooting. You may die of a heart attack. There's a lot of ways you're going to die. You're probably not going to die by water fasting and trying to lose weight. And now Because I've always said on my channel, on this channel, I only want 100 of you to try what I'm doing and see if in your lives you lose weight as I have done. And you have. you've you've given me validity as to what I'm seeing. You know, my first water fast I started over 3 years ago, and I started at a weight of 315 pounds. Uh, you know, water fasting works, but so does the vegan diet. So does the Mediterranean diet. You know, I don't care what method you use to lose weight. For God's sakes, wake up today and say, today is the day I'm going to change my life. Today is the first day that I'm going to begin to lose weight. That's what I care about. You can't tell me I was healthy at 315 pounds. I mean, I had high blood pressure. I had diabetes that was out of control. I mean, I had thyroid issues. I mean, I can just name all of the medical issues that I had, most of which, even at my current weight of 228.9, most of which have vanished. You know, I went to see my doctor yesterday because my doctor referred me to another doctor because he's like, Thomas, you're a little bit anemic, and I'm concerned. And so, you know, I try to always follow my doctor's advice. And, you know, I went and met with the oncologist, and, you know, he took some blood, and he's like, Thomas, he said, look, I don't want to see you in my office again. He's like, I know you were referred to me by your PCP, but he's like, you're diabetic. You're an acute diabetic. You're going to be a little on the anemic side. Okay? That's not because you have cancer. It's just because you're a diabetic. And I've seen it time and time and time again. So, you know, I paid the money and had the lab work done. And he's like, all of your other numbers are great. You know, you have nothing to worry about. He's like, go home and rest and have fun because you definitely don't have cancer. Now, if your numbers change dramatically, come see me again. But he's like, hey, you're good. Get out of here. Go enjoy the day. So, you know, I do go to the specialists. I am checked out on a periodic basis. And it was comforting and reaffirming to know and to hear him say, you're fine. I mean, you know, get out of here, and I don't want to see you back here. So, but you just can't convince me at 315 pounds that you're healthy. You can't convince me that one of my viewers who started at over 500 pounds, you can't convince me any person, male, female, black, white, Mexican, Spanish, French, I don't care, tall, short, old, young, you can't convince me that someone 500 pounds is healthy. You're not. You know, You can't convince me that if you find yourself depressed, that the fat rolls on your body is not making you depressed. You know, I got one lady on here, she started a water fast and joined me because of mental health reasons. I applaud that. You can't convince me that you have a good mental attitude if you're sitting there with 3 and 4 and 5 rolls of fat hanging off your belly. You're not. Sorry. You know, I tell it the way it is on this channel. You all know that. So the bottom line is, I don't care how old you are or young you are, you can't convince me that being overweight is not directly tied to your medical issues. You cannot convince me at all that being overweight is not tied in some way related to your emotional issues. I mean, they go hand in hand. So, you know, like I say, congratulations to you 90 plus who have chosen to give water fasting a try. You know, the mainstream doctors are going to come along, and when enough of us do it, and enough of us succeed at losing the weight, and even more importantly, when enough of us succeed at keeping the weight off without prescription meds from your doctor, without buying prepackaged foods, when enough of us learn how to eat correctly and what we eat and the amount, the quantities that we eat, then mainstream doctors will somehow do a study and say, oh, well, yeah, we've all along said water fasting works. So I hit my 228.9. I was hoping for a little bit more of a drop, but I said yesterday it would be 228 point something, and by golly, I got it. I nailed it. I want to hear about you. I want to hear how you're doing. I want to hear any obstacles that you're running into. If you feel comfortable sharing and leaving a post on the channel, I have a lot of people that will contact me via email and other methods. Please feel free to send me a private email. My email address is Thomas, Thomas, F as in friendly, Buchanan, Buchanan, at hotmail.com. And, you know, subject line, put in fasting or water fasting. But communicate with me and let me know how you're doing, because I really care about each one of you. I'm not out to get 1 million subscribers. I'm not making money off this. I don't want your money. I want your fat. I want you all to get healthy. I want you to lose weight. And frankly, I only want 100 of you to try water fasting. If I can hit my goal of 100 people to try this for just 4 weeks, if you will do this for 4 weeks, you'll not only prove to me, but you'll prove to yourself that this works. So if you have not started your water fast, if you're waiting for a sign from God, this is your sign. Start today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Start today. Clean out your cupboards. Get rid of the potato chips, the cookies, the cakes. Get rid of the nuts. Get rid of the soda. Um, and begin today to walk down and take the journey to better health. It's hard. It's not easy. As many of you 90 plus folks know, you know, I've had a lot of people say, "Oh, well, you just don't eat. That's how you lose weight." It's not easy, but it's doable. It's affordable. Water is free. And for the first 7 calendar days, you don't even drink water. No liquids at all, because you're purging your body of fluids. And from day 4 to day 6, you're waking your body up and you're putting your body on notice that it needs to find something else to burn for fuel, because you're not going to feed it food. And so about day 4 to 6, it wakes up and says, well, I got to have something to burn for fuel. I'll burn fat. And that's at that point, that's when you actually start losing weight. And it's just not a liquid weight that you're losing. You know, it's not a loss of fluids. You actually start to burn fat for fuel in about day 4 to day 6. So I love your comments. Keep them coming. And I always like to end my show with the saying, 2 things that define you: your patience when you have nothing, and your attitude when you have everything. Two things that define you: your patience when you have nothing, and your attitude when you have everything. Make it a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.